Kevin Khan here, 4 seconds out with the one and only Liam Smith. A little bit warmer than the climates you were in last week, but still a little bit freezing. Looking forward to a good week of action, Liam. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah, obviously, cold place to Canada. We landed here, and the driver said it's freezing here. It felt okay, and that's not exaggeration. That was the coldest place I've ever been in. The coldest, a great place to see and be around, because I've never seen nothing like that. Especially, we had 2 storms while we were there on the Thursday and on the Saturday, which is I've never seen. It was unbelievable. Knee height in snow. I've never been in nothing like that, so it was good to see, but it was cold, like face numb type cold. You know what I mean?
We'll get to the reflections on this fight. Look, it wasn't Callum's night. Wasn't meant to be that night. But just going into that fight, how did you feel of Callum's prospects, and how did you feel the fight materialised? For Callum not to get those successes.
Yeah, going into it, we were confident style-wise. We thought it was a good matchup, and we had a chance. How the fight went was different and not how we expected, obviously. You know what I mean? But look, we have to draw confidence off something, regardless of anything. He's a great fighter, and he's had 19 fights, 19 knockouts for a reason. But Callum just come up short against a very good fighter, regardless of what you want to say over the drug scandal. Beterbiev is a great fighter. He's got 3 belts for a reason, and he's a good champion before. He'll be a good champion after it. But I'm proud of Callum, where he's come, what he's done, and the position he put himself in. I think inactivity did kill him a little bit, also, which I thought was plain to see from a close point of view. I know him inside out, and I thought the inactivity was a big part in his own performance. By the way, I don't mean to say he would have won anyway. You know what I mean? Because like I say, Beterbiev's a great fighter, but I just thought from Callum's point of view, inactivity didn't help him.
Just on that, the situation regarding the news, regarding the Atypical finding, where do you stand on that now? And you still looking for, or the team still looking for more information on that?
I don't know, because regardless, it happened with the David Price thing. The damage is done. That should have happened before the fight and whatever else. Like I say, I'm pretty sure there'd be a big stink now if Callum was knocked out cold and in a bad way in hospital now. God forbid he's not. We're happy he's not. I'll stop, because you might push that over. But like I say, we had 2, not 1, 2 atypical findings. Again, the same fellow is a great fighter, but at 39 years of age with more testosterone in his body than probably the 4 of us put together, that probably tells you my opinion on it. You know what I mean?
In the aftermath of the fight, Callum made mention that he's going to take a look and consider his future. Now, people in the boxing industry and boxing fans are saying, look, there's still fights out there for Callum at a level maybe that he doesn't want to compete at, but there are boxing fans that want to see him back in the ring, but the most important opinion is his own. Yeah. But as his brother, where do you feel his future lies?
I don't know. I think it's up to him. I know what I think and I believe, and I know what I feel he can do, the ability. I think he's still got everything left he had 1 year, 2 years ago. But I know from his standpoint that he only wants to be a 2-weight world champion. And at the moment, that's tied up for God knows how long. Beterbiev's got 3, Bivol's got the other 1. They're going to fight each other. And then, the winner, does the winner retire, or does the winner defend again? Look for a big name. Maybe look for a Canelo, because the winner's probably not big enough for Cruiser. If Beterbiev wins, he may retire because of the age of him. Bivol wins, he's not going to retire, but what does he do next? So I know Callum only wants to be world champion, and I said this in the interview before Beterbiev, there was no given that he carried on after. He told us what he wanted to do. He wanted to win the world title at light heavyweight and retire. Money's not, I know this is stupid saying this because boxing's not about money, but money's not an issue for Callum. Money's an issue for the rest of us. He's made good money in boxing. He's been world champion before. He stayed in boxing to become a 2-time world champion, 2-weight world champion. That didn't happen the weekend. So if that's a million miles off, then I think he might call it a day. But whatever he chooses, we'll all stand by him.
When he has to look over his shoulder and look at you, and when people were writing you off and you continued and you had your successes, he can look at that and draw something from that as well too, right?
Yeah, like I say, but I want big fights. I love boxing. I love fighting. People are different. Does Callum? I think he said on an interview the other day, he doesn't I can't remember what he said. He doesn't like it or something like that. So people don't do it because they're good at it. People do it because it's a job. It's the way of life. It's a bit different when you're sitting financially. You've got different goals. We've got different goals. Do you know what I mean? Callum wants to become 2-weight world champion. I want big fights and want to be involved in good fights and want to kind of secure my kid's future. It's just a little bit different. So that's where it's hard to answer, but that's where he's got different goals, and I know his goal was to be a 2-weight world champion.
Switching the perspective to yourself, what's the latest with you? I know we had a chat before the end of the year, and you were looking to get back in the ring now that you're clear of injury and have that hot start. Is any irons in the fire for you to be in the ring soon?
Yeah, but like I said, look, I there's no secret. I've had a good rest. I let my body heal properly. I paid the price for not doing that. I paid the ultimate price, so I let my body heal properly. I feel I'm fully healed now, and obviously I'm back in the gym, and slowly but surely I'll get myself back fit, and then I'll pick the right opponent. To be honest with you, I've had some good offers over the past week. A couple of surprising ones, but like I said, look, I've made that mistake once. I'm not going to make that mistake again. It's when I'm ready, and I won't be forced into a date like I did last time. And once I'm fit and once I'm back in shape, I'll pick the right move for me, not anybody else.
Can you talk about any of those offers?
No, not really, because at the moment they're not concrete because of me. How much would you want to fight X, and would I fight Z? And also the other one, would I be ready for this date to fight such and such? But like I said, I'm back in the gym, and when I'm ready, I'll sit down and have a proper conversation to see. Because again, I don't know what date I'll fight. Probably April. I'll probably be ready for April, so I'll take anything but that. And obviously, I think people know I'll take anyone anyway. Do you know what I mean? As long as I'm ready this time, I'll fight anyone. Any probably 154 next won't be. I won't be anywhere near 154 next time now. But anyone at 160, I'll fight, and after that, I'll fight anyone at 154 or 160.
Can you shed any light on as to whether your last promoter, Boxer, have put an offer forward for you for any fight at all?
Not really. I haven't spoken to anyone at Boxer since the minute I got out the ring. You bank, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, I think yeah, I've seen a couple of people's true colours, but like I said, it's no loss for me. Like I said before, I've got numerous offers. I was here long before Boxer started, so that's not really a worry for me.
When we spoke last year, you mentioned Billy Joe Saunders as an opponent that you wanted, as an opponent that you targeted. That's still a potential then, and what weight would you look to get that at?
Yeah, look, obviously at the time, Billy Joe was mentioned. Billy Joe mentioned me, obviously beating Eubank, and Billy Joe's coming back. Look, I openly said I'd do above 160 for Billy Joe. No, that's no disrespect to Billy, but when you weigh everything up, I just thought, yeah, Billy, if he's a massive punch at 160, it's a different story. But I just thought to myself, Billy's best asset is his rhythm and his speed, and I think the heavier Billy is, the more he loses them assets. So that was my thought process. I'd fight Billy heavier than 160, but Billy's coming back. His manager spoke to me and is interested in that fight when he comes back. So I'm open to the Billy Joe fight. Obviously, I always have been. I still stand by that. But it's when Billy's back, and it's more when I'm back as well. Now, like I said, I'm fully concentrated on me now. I feel I've made that mistake to please other people. I'm not going to do that again.
In final couple of topics, Jonas headlines against Maya, your former gym mate there. Do you feel she gets the victory in tough here for both women? In tough, looking at their opponents there, but do you feel that she'll get her hand raised?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I feel it's more suited to Sasha May at 147. I've always rated Maya. I always said it was a great fight, tough fight back when they were both super feathers. But I feel now, especially at 147. Momentum with Tasha, confidence with Tasha. I just think she's, riding the west of her clave at the minute. Okay, babe. Sorry. Yeah, she Tasha's flying at the minute. Confidence-wise, she holds 3 belts at light middleweight. She's back world champion at welterweight. I just think she's flying and she's got good momentum, and I think she beats Maya. And I think maybe could stop Mayer than late on.
Lastly, we saw the recent announcement of Joshua versus Ngannou. Surprise for many people there. Many people expecting the Wilder fight for Joshua, but Wilder having that loss there. Given Ngannou's performance against Tyson Fury, do you feel that he stands a chance against this rejuvenated AJ, a new form, or at least for some people, a return to the old AJ?
Yeah, no, I don't think well, obviously he's got a chance. Them heavyweights are all different, as we've seen at Wilder Parker. They've all got chances, but do I think he wins? No. I fancy Joshua. I think Joshua boxed great against Otto Wallen last time out. And I just think, people are judging Ngannou off the Fury thing. Look at it properly. Tyson probably thought he'd blow Ngannou out in 1 round, and I can see why the fight got made for Joshua, because it's a win-win. He does a better job than Fury, which 95% he probably will do. He gets a huge truckload of money, and then he's not fighting Wilder because Wilder messed that up. He's not going to really fight Joe Parker again. He's not fighting Usyk or Fury, so while he waits, fighting Ngannou, I can see why it got made, and I'm not really fully against it.
He knocks him out.
Yeah, I feel he can. I do think that's not being any disrespect towards Ngannou or saying Ngannou's got a bad chin, but just them heavyweights, I feel Joshua lands too much, and them heavyweights, they can't take shots all night long. They're massive, they're too big.
Yeah, a man of many talents, boxer, father, good talker too. Thanks for the seconds out, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.